Welcome everybody to Wolves After Dark. Timberwolves lose to I think 15th in the West. San Antonio Spurs. If you're new here, or if you're not new here, like the stream. We have reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to catch up on everybody's comments. I see comments pouring in, but we hit 1,000, which means we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to get to the game here shortly. We're not going to do a giveaway today. We're going to do it on Monday after the OKC game. But guys, Timberwolves lose. Are we fraudulent? Are we fraudulent? So many things to talk about. I mean, first, Chris Finch maybe takes 80% of this loss. What a terrible way to start the first quarter or fourth quarter. What a terrible lineup. What are we talking about with Shake out there? And then letting them just score 10 points in a row. Insane. I mean, we've been a bad fourth quarter team, but still, that's insane. Ant luckily was able to make some buckets in the fourth this time, but then just an atrocious foul by Jaden. Atrocious play just in the last 8 seconds of the game. So ugly, just so bad. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I will also say, yes, actually, Jay I'm going to catch up on older comments, but I wanted to just see this. The Spurs didn't miss anything. I don't know what was going on. They were crazy. Like the shots, we were letting them in the beginning of the fourth quarter, but then when we got to the end of the fourth quarter, holy cow. Okay, let's catch up on comments. We had a lot before. Appreciate all you guys for stopping by before. By the way, we have a Discord if you want to join the conversation in Discord. Wemby had 2 fouls in the first, and he didn't get his third until the fourth quarter. Insane. And then Eric, Wolves are looking pretty good so far. And now the Wolves need to pull together. Yeah, I mean, it was a big switch. The third, fourth quarter were not fun. It is insane. Horrible spacing, horrible shooters, and 2 all-stars who can't function in the offense and make plays in the fourth. How do we fix all of this in a matter of months? You can't. I mean, the one thing you could say is Mike Conley plays every single game, but I don't think we can rely on Conley playing every single game now. I don't think we're at that point. Low IQ team. Sorry to be negative. We are a walking red flag first seed team. Yeah, and we're not the first seed anymore. We weren't coming into tonight, and we certainly won't be going forward. We're going to play OKC on Monday. I mean, I don't feel confident in this team winning anymore. I did, obviously, in the beginning of the season, but we have not comfortably been winning games as of late. Yeah, just a lot of red flags. No words. Forget the playoffs. I mean, that might be too far. Lollygaggers. OKC beat this team by 36 points. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's wild. Cut to the chase. This team barely beat. Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. We have not comfortably won games. There's not been a game that I've really felt that great about in weeks. I don't even remember the last time, honestly. Mar 2 times says, we are frauds. I almost bought all the way in. I know. I will say, I'm not all the way out. I know it seems crazy to say that after losing to the 15th seed team, and just having a really rough stretch of games. I mean, again, basketball is a game of runs and a game of, you're going to have worse stretches and whatever. And, we were due for a bad stretch. We've had a really good beginning of the season. But this is maybe a little bit more than just a bad stretch. This is like exposing things that we are not fixing. So you could maybe chalk it up to somewhat of just bad luck, but it is, it's not that. It's more than that. Won by 10 against the Wizards, won by 2 against the Nets, lost to the Hornets and the Spurs. Yeah. And I guess the other argument is they could be oh, these are road games. No, because the Hornets was not a road game. Just gross. This is such a disgusting, oh man, disgusting loss. Yeah. Okay. Let's catch up. Jaden with another unnecessary foul. This is the 6th time this season. Yeah, we need to get a counter up there for Jaden. Jaden's had really, really just rough. Disco Wolf, welcome back. Crone, that was a waste of our time. That's exactly how I feel. I was sitting there in the third quarter, okay, I'm not going to feel bad about streaming tonight. We're going to win. And then the fourth quarter happens. Disgusting. One and done is overly pessimistic. The boost did fail, Gerald. Gerald tried to stop watching in the fourth and like the 4-minute mark. We actually, Gerald, you did provide somewhat of a boost, but if we don't roll OKC on Monday, I'm going to lose so much respect. I'm okay if we don't roll them, but if we don't win, I think it's just like, man, like this team's not serious. They're not. Back to where we started. There we go. Okay, now we're caught up somewhat. Finch cost the team the game 100%. I am putting at least 80 to 85% of the blame on Finch, maybe even 90, honestly. He, for one, decides to start that lineup in the fourth quarter. Two, decides to continue playing them with 4 timeouts, mind you, and not take a timeout until they have fully caught up, if not taken the lead. Unreal. It comes down to execution. Another fourth quarter collapse. Way too much isolation basketball. That too. I mean, the thing is that you give a team confidence, like we gave the Spurs confidence tonight, and they're gonna have a run, and that's on Finch. The fact that they have Sohan like hitting everything, and then Vassell. I mean, Vassell's a good player, but like you're giving them confidence. They're gonna go on a run. This is just what happens this is why you have to nip that stuff immediately. But I don't know. I think they only missed 1 shot in the fourth. I wonder if there's a way I can look at that, because that was like unreal. That was unreal. And it was by Wemby. You're right. I don't know what I just watched. We need Conley. Yeah, but this is the thing. Of course, we didn't have Conley, and that is honestly probably a huge reason we lost too. But man, we can't not function without him out there. We have to be able to like that fourth quarter is an embarrassing Wolves of like years ago Wolves. Like, do we have no poise? We have no poise. Anthony Edwards was able to hit a couple buckets late. I was actually super concerned up until about like 4 minutes when he hit that first. I can't remember. I think it was like he hit 2 threes and he hit that driving layup, up and under layup. Before that I was like, man, maybe Ant just doesn't like. I don't know. He just doesn't have any instincts anymore. He's just done. He just only cares about playoffs. But then he hit a couple shots, so I guess that's okay. But he was in there for a long time. They put him in before the 6 or 7 minute mark, which I was complaining about last game, and he was just like a nothing out there for the first 3 or 4 minutes he was out there. Just bad. Just packed up my Wolves gear and threw it in the garbage. No, don't be Stephen A. Or not Stephen A. Don't be who is it that does that? I can't remember. Skip. Don't be Skip. We're losing Monday, probably. I watched basically every Spurs game Wemby has played, and they never ever acted like this before. Yeah, where's the soundboard? I don't know. What was Finch thinking? This is the lineup. Okay. Shake Milton, Kyle Anderson, Gobert, McLaughlin, and then Nas for your offense. That's the offense you're going to put out there for like the first 3 or 4 minutes. Oh man, that is so gross. That is really, really gross. Let's see. Fourth quarter misses. Okay, so they had more than the Spurs had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 misses in the fourth, but still like unreal. That this lineup though, it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. Eric, we were so good in the clutch in the beginning. We were. I mean, we were a good third quarter team and a good clutch team. We were just able to like do that. But I think it's like right now we're in a script where like we let teams get momentum in the beginning of the fourth quarter to the point where we're tied then with them. It's not like we have a lead. Like we have to make a comeback, and then it's gross. I'm still in. Yeah, I mean, Aston, I'm still in too. This is just a ridiculously frustrating game. We made Jeremy scrub. Literally, look at isolation phenom. You're not kidding. I made a joke in the Discord early in the game because I was like, this is like Sohan is a tank master. Like he had that one, there was like a layup where he just like clanked it off the back. That's Sohan. What we saw tonight is not normal. Piss poor, yeah, 2024. Also post Micah Nori press game or like mid game or halftime press conferences or whatever. Clippers game. That's right. That was a good game. That was fun. But I guess we only play good against teams that are good now. I don't know. I just don't like that because that's not a comfy way to live. I get it that we're in a really good spot going forward, and to like temper some sadness, both for myself and for you guys, if we go 500 for the rest of the year, which would suck and be significantly less than what we've been doing, we would finish with 50 wins and likely be not a play-in team, but above that. It's hard to see that right now for me personally and everybody, but just know that we could go 500 for the rest of the year and we'd still probably be like a at least a top 5 seed, at least maybe top 6, but I don't think 50 wins is a play-in situation. Can't even say we're frauds. Our IQ was in street close today. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. How as a head coach can you put Shake, Milton, Anderson, and Gobert on the floor together? I guess you're just thinking they're going to stop every single play defensively. That's all you can hope for. I don't know. We are no better than the Mavs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right now, no, we're not. They have shot makers. We don't have shot makers. Making Sohan look like a star in isolation automatically eliminates you from contention. I take a 3rd seed. Yeah, I mean, really, top 4 would be phenomenal, and I think if we're top 4, we have no reason to be upset if we're top 4. But, just being the 1 seed for so long makes this so painful right now. It makes it feel like we're slipping uncontrollably when we're not. We really are okay, but we are very close to being the 4th seed. I'm trying to pull up standings, which I don't think I can pull up. I can put them up here. We are currently still the 2nd seed, but we're only 1.5 games out of the 4th seed. So that's concerning. When Gobert's on your team, you cannot afford to surround him with non-shooters. 100%, which is why the beginning of the 4th quarter is just egregiously bad. Like Chris Finch, Glenn Taylor, lower than Glenn Taylor. I don't even know. It's like, do we need to create a new tier? This is insane. McDaniels, again, just terrible. It's exposing the team that doesn't have a functional offense. The panic and indecisiveness in the 4th quarter is killing any potential that we have. Well said. You guys always say stuff better than I do, which is why you're here. No name, welcome. In a playoff series, we would figure out other teams. We would figure out the other team, or they would figure us out, or would we figure out? I still think I meant to look at this. I wanted to see, not that this has any statistical value or anything, but I was like, I wonder in like 7-game stretches, is there any 7-game stretch where we've lost 4 or more? I don't think so this season, just to kind of prove a point of like playoffs, which doesn't prove anything, like I said. But like I'm kind of curious to know that. I don't think we've lost 4 out of 7 at any point in the season, but I'd have to go back and look. I mean, we might be close right now. I don't know. But Jaden McDaniels bonehead foul. That also, so here Chris Finch gets like 85 to 90%. 10 to 15% goes to Jaden's foul there at the end. Well, 10% goes to Jaden's foul at the end, and then an additional 5% on Chris Finch again, and just whatever that last play was. Unreal. This Wolves team continues to play down to competition year in and year out. It's maddening. Yes. Although, Dayon, welcome to the stream, by the way. We did not, in the beginning of the season, we actually did play well against bad teams. But lately, we are reverting to that. You are correct. Lately, we have been very bad playing up and down to competition. It's just disgusting. I have to briefly take a break here. Shout out Crone. I appreciate the support you've given us. You've given us so much support. I appreciate it. If you're a new member, W gifted in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. And if you want to join, it's only $2.99 to join as a member. And you get extra. Well, we might be having some extra content coming up here soon that's member only. You'll still get all the live streams and everything. But I was thinking about possibly doing an in-game live stream, maybe some additional just videos, stuff like that. We'll see. Still in the works, but we'll see. And Crone with the message. I agree. There shouldn't be this much of a drop-off in our offense if Conley isn't playing. Yeah. No way we can survive a series. And also, I think this brings up another point here, is that we're getting to the trade deadline. If we can't survive without Conley, which is a possibility, Conley's 36, and I can't remember who pointed it out on Twitter, but the fact that he's missing games every few games now, we're probably going to see that for the rest of the season. So if we're going to see that for the rest of the season, we need to be prepared with somebody that's not J-Mac apparently. And Na is okay. like not held his own at times, and he's hitting some shots for us. And he actually even calmed us down in the fourth quarter a little bit at a point when he came in. But still, we need another like point guard or something. I don't know if it's a buyout. I don't know if it's a trade, but something needs to happen. If unless we're using this, yeah, this is why I wish we could like interview the coaches, interview everybody, and kind of understand what their mindset is right now. Is this a all-in year? Because if this is an all-in year, you go on the buyout market and get somebody like I mean, I don't love this move, but I'm just using it as an example. Get a buyout candidate in like Kyle Lowry or somebody that's a point guard that can help you because it's the time. But if it's not an all-in year, then maybe you just say YOLO. Well, let's let players figure it out. I don't know. Whatever. Threw Towns a hand grenade. Yeah, I mean, that is and that's it's not even Towns' fault on that last play. I mean, I wish he would have maybe a little bit more comfort in just throwing that up a little bit earlier because like he's trying to do step backs and all this crazy enough stuff. And it's like, I don't know, you might be able to get a foul if you just try to drive. I don't remember the last play fully, so I don't want to get too critical, but it's not Towns' fault. Honestly, it's Ant's fault because he goes into the backcourt, which is fine. That's the only way they could get the ball in. But then he took it up like he had like 15 seconds left. He was taking so much time. And then he didn't even take the shot. Like, I don't know, just dumb decision making there. But also, I don't know about the play. We need more bench. I don't care what it is. We need more off the bench. I don't care what it is. Troy Brown. Yeah, Troy Brown not getting used lately is becoming egregious. Pinch blew this game. Yes, 100%. Tough loss. Welcome back, Twin City Bulldog Club. Tang, people who said Wolves didn't need to trade for another guy in the offense out here punching air. Yeah, that's a little bit me, maybe. I am punching air right now, as you can tell. Towns is probably shocked getting the ball for once. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought Edwards was just going to take that. I don't know. I just don't like it. Wolves are getting worse as the season goes on. Yeah, true. Noah, there was a drop when Pat, Bev, and Rubio didn't play alongside Ant. There's a drop off when Conley doesn't play. Ant is not ready. Yeah, and he's 22 also. Like, he's not, like, this is a lot of pressure. That's the other thing. I don't want to get too harsh on Ant because he is 22. Like, a lot of people are comparing Ant to, like, SGA right now, and we're going to hear a lot about this over the next couple days and after the OKC game. But Ant is 22, Shea is 25. Those 3 years make a huge difference in maturity and just all around game. So I don't want to hear any weird comparisons between the two because that's a huge difference. Same with Ant and Cat. Like, there's a huge difference. Okay? Aaron, welcome to the stream. This team is lazy, selfish, and immature. 100%. Comment of the night. Look at the third quarter. Team gets in a rhythm and they make tough shots. They're NBA players after all. We definitely need another score, though. Yeah, we do need another score. Eric, that lineup is what let them get in the game and gave them all that. Yeah, that lineup. Exactly. Oh, my goodness. Cat only attempted 6 shots tonight. Is that true? Oh, my God. Oh, in the fourth? What are you talking about? Are you talking about fourth? The guy's too soft. He can't drive properly to save his life without flailing. I mean, the flailing, the falling, I don't really understand why he does it anymore because he's not getting calls for it, and it's just dangerous for him to be fall. He falls every play he drives. You saw how many times he hit the stanchion tonight. That was crazy. I don't know. Just not so behavior. But I don't necessarily. I mean, Cat was a pretty terrible first half, but the second half for Cat was like, honestly, I will say this a little bit. I'm going to get into the tier list here shortly, but like Towns in the second half was. I don't want to go too like praising anybody because we just lost to the Spurs. But Towns did what you expect from your star player. He was hitting shots when you needed it in the fourth or in the third and the fourth. Other than like the last play, which was just chaos. But he was hitting shots, getting buckets when we were like really needing him in I think in the fourth. But yeah, I wish Ashman was here so he could tell me the numbers from each quarter. But how is our team hinged on defense only to let the Spurs look like the 16-17 Warriors? Yeah, losing to the Spurs is not okay. And always falls to the ground. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's more concerning than anything with Cat right now. He hasn't had the same. I mean, he had some boneheaded decisions tonight and like fouls. Kind of had some hints at the like the stray voltage that Jim Pete was talking about tonight. But the falling down is just like insane. F for Finch, big time. TBA should get some minutes. Xavier, welcome back to the stream. To be fair, the Spurs were hitting some crazy shots from 7 minutes. I mean, they were hitting the entire fourth quarter was insane. First, it wasn't well guarded shots, and then that's exactly why you need to. This is why it's Finch's fault, because we need to have pressure in the beginning of the quarter so that they can't get in a rhythm because they just stayed in a rhythm the entire game. And then when we bring our real players in, not Shake Milton, not Kyle Anderson, then they're hitting these crazy like dream shakes, and Sohan is looking crazy in isolation. It's just nuts. But Bad L Johnny 2 times correct. Mason Tyus can start games when needed as an excellent backup as well. I'm so down for Tyus, and maybe this is something I forgot. I wanted to bring this up and talk to you guys about this because we need to be looking at the trade machine, and you guys need to give me names of people that we would trade for because I feel like that is like something we probably need to talk about. Maybe I'll start sharing this. Let's do this. I'm gonna pull it up. You guys need to give me names that you want, and we're gonna go through the trade machine, and you guys gotta help me because I don't have a list of names. I had that list last time, but not this time. Let me share this tab instead. Okay. And now let's go to this one. There we go. Okay. Names that we want to see, trades that we want to do. Okay. So let's start with Tyus, I guess. So Tyus, where am I looking? Oh, here, Wizards. Tyus to the Wolves. He makes $14 million. Ooh. That's rough. Can you guys see this? If you can't, let me know and I can do something. I mean, Noah, I see your comment. Doug would be crazy. I don't know if they're going to give up Doug after what he did tonight. I would love Doug, though. Dane said that they're going to be active. I haven't been able to listen to Dane as much lately, and I hate that. But Dane said that they're going to be active at the deadline. Okay. Well, that's good. I don't know how much intel Dane actually has because he's said some stuff before that has not. He's obviously, I like listening to him, but like actual like intel, I don't know how much intel he has. I could be wrong. I mean, obviously, Johnny Krasinski is like the king. Okay. The Wolves have nothing to trade, Godfrey. You are correct. So if we're going to get Tyus, we have to give up Kyle Anderson. That's okay. So we trade Kyle Anderson and Shake Milton, and we probably have to trade. We're going to have to trade a pick, right? We're going to have to trade a pick. We cannot afford Tyus. I agree. I mean, we have the physical assets. What picks do we have? So we can't trade picks in consecutive years for the first round. And I feel like would we have to be giving up a first round to get Tyus? I don't know. Like we can't do. Oh man, we can't trade anything right now. We're so screwed. All we could do is a bunch of seconds. Like we could go like, okay, we're gonna trade this. We're gonna trade this, and then we're gonna trade like this. And then where is try trade? There we go. And like this doesn't probably do it. You probably you're gonna need to probably include a young player like a Leonard Miller or something like that. Maybe Leonard instead of Shake. I don't know. Okay, let's look at. You guys are saying Kennard. Let's do Kennard. Kennard, I like because I like Kennard, but it's kind of the same situation. Let's reset. Let's go. Grizzlies. It's not the Grizzlies, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, okay. He also makes 14 million. Okay, so who do we trade for this? We could trade Kyle back. I think Kyle basically is in any trade situation, right? Where am I? Where's Kyle? Am I stupid? I'm missing Kyle. He's gone, isn't he? Oh, do I have him like what the heck did I do to Kyle Anderson? There he is. Okay. Now, there's Kyle. Kyle Shake in 2 seconds. Does Kyle Shake in 2 seconds do it though? Who in their right mind has watched Shake Milton over the last couple days and been like, hell yeah, sign him, trade him. Like I guess he's not an expiring either. He's on a 2-year deal. Oh, that's gross. That's so gross. Okay, we can't trade any firsts. I don't think Shake. I think we can't do Shake, right? I think okay, let's look at Miller. Where's Miller on here? Miller only makes 1.8. I don't know if they have room. They might have they might not have room. We'll see. Let's see if the trade machine allows this. We'll do trades in a second, or we'll do picks. So technically, money-wise, Kyle Anderson and Leonard Miller would work. Um, I don't know though. Let's adjust the trade. Again, I'm not saying that I know. I'm not saying that that would work on its own. There would have to be draft picks, but I think with Miller you'd want to include draft picks. I don't know. Evan Fournier, let's try that. I don't know how much I love that, but maybe that would work. Let's reset again. Let's go to the Knicks. The Knicks are playing so well, and they just lost Julius Randle too. Maybe they want Towns. Just kidding. Okay. Now it reset to the normal things for some reason. Okay, so Kyle's just a part of anything. Evan makes 18. Ooh, okay. And I don't know what the cap situation is going to be for them. But here's the thing. Is Fournier yeah, I guess he's got 2 years left. I don't know. I don't know. So then what do we trade? Leonard again? Leonard and I mean, they don't want a million players. They probably I don't know what they're going to want for him. They're going to want like expiring contracts like Kyle Anderson and probably a young player. I don't think this will work though, money wise. Let's see. Yeah, so we need to send out more than 8 more, or no, Timberwolves are on since they are not an apron team, they are sending out between what can only take back 18. So we need to get rid of more. So we would need to also probably trade. Maybe I don't want to give up Troy. We have to though. I don't know. Is Fournier even good? I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like a buyout candidate makes the most sense. So this would work, but they don't want 3 players, and they're not going to take 3 players. I guess they could buy out Kyle Anderson, and then they just take on TBJ and Leonard Miller, which isn't so bad. But I don't know. I feel like we should keep Leonard or Troy Brown. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about Evan. I mean, if he was a buyout candidate, I'd feel a lot better. But Jaden could still take that leap. Yeah, Jaden. We will talk about Jaden this offseason for 100% sure. But now I don't know. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying trade him now, but what are we going to get in return for Jaden? We're not getting Evan 48. If we're trading Jaden now, we're getting somebody substantial. Who is that player? We're not going to trade Jaden right now. I don't see it. I don't think there's any way. They're too committed. They were just on the untouchable phase of Jaden. There's no way they trade him right now. Most likely the Wolves get one of the buyout players. Yeah, I think the buyout makes the most sense. You keep the whole team together. You don't have to shake up any leadership weirdness with Kyle Anderson being gone. And then you just get an additional player that could help. I think that makes the most sense. No, I think you're on the right track leveraging Jaden. I am concerned he's going to take a few steps back before he gets better. I have been, you guys know, from years ago, I've been kind of down from this, but I don't know, loving this trade talk. Yeah, I know. I'm letting it happen. We're letting the trade talk happen today. This is a healing space. I honestly can't see Jaden getting to another level. I am unfortunately with you. I offensively I can't. Defensively, I can see him continuing to be the same level and being even maybe in consideration for like defensive player of the year at some point in his career. But offensively, I just can't, which is why last time I was like, he just needs to be a 3-point shooter and then be the craziest defensive player ever. Jaden plus Leonard Miller for a crazy bench piece. But who is like I don't know who that crazy bench piece is. Like who is available in the league? Whoops. If we're gonna entertain that, let's reset this. Name somebody. Jaden contract might have been a huge mistake. I don't know. I mean, I think is defensively it's worth. It's speculative and ridiculous. Congrats on 1K, by the way. Thank you. How can you handle 10K? We'll see. We'll see how fast we can get to 10K. I might take a couple more decades, but it took Ashwin and I like 5 years to get to this point. So, but I appreciate it. Just a brief intermission. Thank you guys for 1,000. Seriously, I appreciate it. And if you haven't already, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Apparently, we're doing that now. I love Nah too. See, that's the thing. Nah is this is my hot take for the season, and it's a stupid take. Okay, and I won't blame anybody if they bring this clip back in my face later this year when Jaden has like a 30-point game and he like has 10 blocks. But Nah is just such a he just fits better on our team because he can actually make threes consistently. I don't know. Hope CP3 gets bought out. I just don't know how much I love that. Call me a casual. I don't know. Jaden against Buddy Hield is impossible. Ooh, I don't hate that. 40% 3-point shooters are cheap, way cheaper than 50 million. I mean, yeah. Trade Carl already. Whoa, we're going crazy off the deep end tonight. Okay. You won't get burned for your Jaden takes anymore. Thank you. Thank you. If you're trading Jaden, it better be for a borderline start. And see, I think I don't know how to say it, but I think that that's kind of closer to what the team is thinking. Jaden is the most replaceable starter on this team. Yeah, love that. Healed for Jaden. Okay, let's look at Healed. But then, well, maybe that's not so crazy. Healed is also on a 1-year deal, which is nice for us. Where's Jaden? Jaden traded the Pacers, but he only makes 3.9 this year. So I don't know if that works. We need what? To trade. Oh, we need to trade a lot more. So we would need to trade Kyle at least. So we trade Kyle. Where the hell do these people keep going? There we go. Okay, Kyle. And then probably it's got to be somebody like Shake just to get bought out or something. I don't know. Just money-wise, it has to be Shake. By the way, I'm kind of looking forward to whenever Wendell Moore Jr. can play. Just a side note, I saw that video of him shooting the other day, which of course I'm not going to base my excitement off of, but it just made me think about him again. And I was like, you know what? Or not Wendell Moore. What am I saying? I'm talking about Jalen Clark, not Wendell. Oh my gosh. Jalen Clark, I'm excited to see play. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Shake. Let's see if this just works money-wise. No, because they're going to take too many people back or something like that. Pacers can only take. Oh man, it's such a weird situation. Money wise, that could be kind of tricky. That could be tricky. To be honest, his trade value was as high as last season. Yeah, if we would have traded, see here. Okay, if we're gonna go off the deep end of trades, okay, if we're gonna go off the deep end of trades, I'm not even gonna say it out loud because I don't want to get clipped. Now here's one player. Here's another player. Oh, not to the Pacers. Wait, not to the Pacers. We're going to go to a little team in the West that's 12th place. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And we're going to do this. And it doesn't work. But if we're going off the deep end, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Golden State says yes, but I don't know. You know? I'm just getting a little. You guys are throwing out some crazy stuff, so I'm just making you guys feel a little bit more comfortable to come out. But I don't know. Jaden does get traded after getting a contract. See, that's part of it too. I don't think Jaden's value is at that place. It's gone down. Yeah, but before this, I think he had a lot of value. I'm fixated on Caruso, but so is LeBron. How can we get Caruso? Let's go to. He plays for the Bulls still, right? The Bulls. Where are the Bulls? Oh, the Bulls are in the play-in. Good for them. Caruso only makes 9. So we could trade a young player like we could trade Leonard Miller and then I guess Kyle. I don't know. Are we trading Kyle for that? I haven't even looked at your guys' reaction to my trade. Who's that Curry guy? Okay, yeah. Caruso's probably too expensive though. Yeah, because we're gonna have to trade and picks. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like this works money wise. We'd have to add picks, but I like Caruso. but what about Bridges? Are you talking about the Bridges I think you're talking about? No, no, Jared. I'm not going to talk about him. Are we talking about Steph Curry trades now? I don't know. I mean, they're just in a weird situation. Golden State's in a weird situation. If they want to build for any amount of future, they have to trade things now. If they're just going to go for having him for the rest of his career, which would make sense. That makes sense. I've also thought about some Draymond possibilities, but we need offense. We don't need defense. He would be a good team kind of Pat Bev-esque player, but I don't know. JJ, I know. This is exactly what I would think. Curry with illegal Rudy screens and then Ant. I don't know. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're getting into the weeds here. Who do I elbow to get a shirt Monday? A shirt? Like a where? What shirt, Anthony? Welcome back to the stream. Everybody hashtag blame Anthony Hollis. That's who this loss is on. Brogdon? We can look at Brogdon. I think he makes a lot of money, though. I think he needs. What does he make? Yeah, he makes 22. I just it's such an awkward situation. He'd have to be a buyout, and he's got 2 years left. Right? Or do they have cap space? Maybe they have cap space. Let's do Kyle again. This keeps reordering this in such funky ways. And then they'd probably want a young player too. They're not going to take nothing, I think, right? So let's just do, I keep using Leonard Miller, but let's use Leonard Miller. See what this does. Okay, the Wolves can only take back 12.2. So we need to get rid of 12 million in salary to get him. This doesn't make sense. Brogdon would be awesome, but his contract is huge. It is. Here's the thing: no matter who we get, even if it's the best player in the world, it's not gonna. It's gonna be our starters playing the last 4 to 5 minutes. And exactly, I know. That's where we've been able to be a successful team. Oh, I just realized the Lakers and Golden State are tied going into overtime. Wow. Anthony gonna have to start a new account if the Wolves keep losing. Anthony. Yeah, I'm sorry, Anthony. He's the only person can't do everything for this team. At the end of the day, the starters have to be the one that flourish. 100%. 100%. Okay, guys. I think we're going to move. That was a good conversation. We should do that more often, and we will. I want to have Ashwin here for it. But we're going to go to the tier list. It's tier list time. Jersey on Monday. Y'all can hate. Okay, Anthony. Yeah, if Anthony, oh my gosh, Anthony, ahead of time. If you win the jersey giveaway on Monday, please. Are you the Anthony in Discord? We need your contact information. Send your contact information now before anything even happens. Man. Okay. I thought Ant and Cat were pretty good tonight, tonight in the fourth. It just wasn't enough. Yeah, Ant and Cat were. Well, Cat was not good in the first half. I thought Cat had a really bad first half. Ant had a really good first half. Ant had an okay-ish second half, but it's enough for me to not blame too much on him. But at the same time, that's just kind of annoying. That is the truth about the starters. The bench players would be a nice shot in their arm, and the bench players though might get us out of that situation because tonight the bench players, who again this is Chris Finch's fault for not taking them out earlier, but our bench is Shake Milton, and he's out there in the beginning of the fourth for the first 300 hours of the fourth. But yes. I work nights. Are you eligible to win a jersey Monday if you can't be on it for the live stream? It will be on the live stream. Unfortunately, it's going to be the same thing where we do some of those. The only way I can randomize it without it seeming like I've chosen somebody on purpose, because I have this system that does it. We will do some Discord giveaways too, though. So if you want to be in Discord, we're going to do some giveaways there. I might be able to do. The problem is, Eric, is that we have to have people live. So because then we need people to message us, and if they don't message us, then we just have a jersey that we have nothing given away to. So, Anthony, yes, okay, this is a good sign. I need Edwards to dribble it up quicker and get a shot. Yeah, and shoot a Wiggins mid-range attempt for the game winner. That was kind of mind-boggling. Yeah, Anthony Hollis is lore of the show now. This team does not know how to run anything other than ISO in the fourth quarter. Truth from Anthony Hollis. He can't miss 16 in a row, right? 15 is where it had to end. Was it 15 in a row? I thought it was 11. Okay, anyways, tier list time. For those of you that are new, you're not new. All of you have been here before. But if you are new, A1 is unforgettably good night. Like you're going to tell your children someday about this game. Guess what? That was nobody tonight. Um, Wancho is a terrible, terrible game. Glenn Taylor typically means like multiple Wanchos in a row. And then C is like what we expected out of a player. So it's kind of unfair because it's like, okay, well, we expect star player from Anthony Edwards and from Towns. So they may end up with like 30 points, but then they're going to get a C or something like that. Um, so it's just our stupid rules, and it goes by whatever we say. Okay. Tier list. Let's look at the stats. Let's just start with the starters tonight. We'll go through some quick ones with the bench later, but starters. Let's do Jaden first. It's really boring. Jaden was 2 of 5 tonight. He was 1 of 3 from 3. 2 personal fouls, one of which stupidest foul made up. I mean, he only had 2 fouls tonight. That was worth 5. I mean, that was just so stupid. I think my perspective was that he was going for the jump ball there, but he didn't need to because the shot clock was at 1. So if he would have just let that play happen, that's our ball, we may win the game. Like it's kind of we'd have to look back and see how many games has Jaden over the course of his career actually determined the outcome of the game. That's pretty insane. Man, Luca has a triple double tonight. What in the world? I think in 7 points, he was a plus 11 tonight, but he had 4 steals. Wow, that's pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I guess this is like a C. Like this isn't. No, it's a D. It's a D because I almost want to do Wancho for that stupid foul at the end, but I do think that it's not as egregious as some other ones, but it was really, really bad. So I'm gonna go Jaden D for tonight. I think. What do you guys say? Jaden Wancho, low volume on shots, horrible call at the end, couldn't contain anyone. Ooh, oops. Headlock. When all we needed was the ball, you're directly behind him. I mean, it was egregiously bad. It was bad because he was directly behind him. Maybe he was just trying to. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too nice and saying that I thought he was trying to get a jump ball. Jaden was a D-lo. That foul has to push him to at least a D. Yeah, see, I'm thinking D. I don't know, but yeah. When Ant and Carl Carl is such a. I can't call him Carl. Tried to share the ball in the fourth quarter. It turned into a turnover. Yeah. Yeah. True, Nick. Mark, welcome to the stream, Mark. I don't think I've seen your name either in a while or ever. I don't remember. I don't want to hear anyone on this team talk about maturity until their play and behavior shows signs of growth. Talk is cheap at this point. Yeah. And I think talk is cheap for all Timberwolves fans right now. We've just, I was talking about this a little bit in the Discord. Shout out the Discord. But like, we have seen this stuff happen before at higher rates than we're seeing right now, but we've seen this. So we're always thinking like weeks, months, and years ahead how this is going to affect the team. And tonight is one of those nights where it's like this isn't just like a one-off. Oh wow, weird bad night. This is like we've seen this maturity from the team before, so we know it'll be present again. So yeah, I don't want to hear about talk. I just want to see results at this point. I don't care what the players have to say. I get that they have to respond to questions about that, and they can't just like Ant and like Cat. They're very good at being like Ant is very honest, and he's like, yeah, we just sucked, or like we aren't mature, or he'll say stuff like that. I just don't care. Like I just don't care anymore what they have to say, and that's not on the players. It's just not on the players about what they're saying. I just want to see the results. Foul Brown down to D. That's where I am. Casual. If we revert out of ISO, we don't have the spacing. Yeah, I mean, we just have problems. We just have problems. No. Jaden's contract cannot justify a grade higher than what he is realistically played. Yes. 100%, Anthony. Wow, Anthony Hollis coming in with the 100% honest takes. Yeah, I mean, the contract. I mean, I guess he's still not in his contract yet, but I don't know. Maybe it's Wancho. I'm going Wancho, unless you guys convince me otherwise. It's Juancho. Sad. Okay, let's do Nikhil. Maybe a bright spot tonight. Maybe. Um, Nikhil. Wait, before I get into Nikhil, I want to read this. My hot take is that if we lose to OKC on Monday, we should make some big changes. I think we will. I think we will lose to OKC on Monday, and I think I think we will make changes. And I don't know about. I guess I don't know what big is though. I just think that will spur some kind of a buyout, some kind of a trade. I don't know if it would be to the level of like Jaden or Cat or something like that. There's some interesting things that we could talk about with New York again with Cat, because now if Julius Randle's going to be out, maybe they push harder for Cat. I don't know though. It's real. We're in a difficult situation because we're a top 3 seed right now, basically tied for the 1 seed. Um, and it's like we can't be selling on our players right now. I get that it makes sense in a way because we have been struggling, but like we're just not in the right place to be making a big thing. Mic drop. Mind you, Vassell has a pretty similar and they're going to be players that are compared for the next few years because their contracts were based off of each other, and they were both like similar career paths. So I need a 20 to 30 point blowout win in OKC, or I'm joining that guy by putting my merchandise in the garbage. It is a legacy defining game. I actually was thinking about this earlier. I was like, if we lose tonight, Monday, because after that game, that's when all the OKC players went on Instagram and were like saying Karl Anthony Towns quotes like this is like this is a movie or whatever he says. I don't know. Or I got big feet. They didn't say that one, but yeah. I think your starters are safe. Yeah, I mean, I think the starters are safe. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know how aggressive Conley is, and I guess we're gonna find out after Monday. You trade Jaden. You maximize your championship window, but sacrifice your defense future. You keep Jaden. You sacrifice your championship window, but you keep your defensive future. Man, you guys are open to trading Jaden. I just don't know if the team's going to go that quickly from like, yeah, we believe in you to the point where we're going to give you this massive contract to, oh yeah, actually we're going to trade you. I just don't know. But also, if you think about the contract, I don't know. Thank you for getting me back on track, Eric. Okay. Nah. He was 4 of 7 tonight, 3 of 4 from 3. That's awesome. Took as many as many threes as Karl Anthony Towns. That's crazy. I thought I had to scroll. He had 11 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal. He was a plus player tonight, and it felt like it. He felt like when he was out there, things were going okay. I think this is a solid game. Yeah, I mean, he steps in, he hits some threes, hits buckets when we need him. Probably a B. I think a B is actually accurate. Nick says A. It's between B and A for me, and usually when I'm between two things, if we've won, I go higher. If we lost, I've gone lower. So I think I'm going to go with a B. I don't want to go too high because I do have pretty high expectations for him. So like this is relatively close to my expectations, but maybe a little bit better. So yeah, catching up. I got to get back to the tier list, but we are not in a championship window, guys. I mean, we're in a window. We're definitely in the window. I don't know if this year is a championship, but like, I think this is the first year of like real possibility. And by possible, I don't mean like, oh, we're 25% likely to go to the finals. That's not what I mean. But like if somebody, oh my gosh, that the Lakers game and the Warriors game went to a double overtime. If like it is possible that we could go to the finals, and it's possible, like it's not out of the realm of possibility that we could win, and that will continue over the next couple of years. That's our window. But if we trade Jaden, I don't know. But we did sacrifice our future with the Gobert trade, which means that our window is now. And whether you believe or not that we are in a championship window, I mean, I think this is a window of time where we were meant to win a lot of games and go deep in the playoffs. So they are very high on like now, not the future. I know Ant's only 22, but we're really looking ahead to Monday. The team has convinced itself that they're that good. I don't know. Ant is not a top 5 player yet, and not even close, honestly. Call me casual. Are you an anti-Ant fan? Are you anti-Ant? And you're pro cat. I know you're pro cat. We were talking today. I just didn't realize that you were maybe anti-Ant. I know he's not a top 5 player. Um, but I would never say that he's not close because I think he he's relatively close. I don't know. Only a casual would say we're not in a championship window. Okay, yeah. I'm glad I said that we were. Um, A for nah. Conley is aggressive and he went and got Rudy. I mean, he did get in Rudy, which was shocking at the time, but um, his front office thought Jaden would have evolved more. They probably banked on Edwards being better than he is now, too. I don't know, though. I see. This is where I think JJ, you and I are a little off because I think that like Ant is just so young, and I like if you would have told me that by 22 he was doing the things that he's doing now, I would not have believed you. Now, of course, that's 3-4 years ago. If at the beginning of the season, I would have expected at least what he's done so far, maybe a little bit more because he's had some bad games this season, but he's also had a ton of good games. I don't know. I don't know. He made that trade because new ownership wanted a splash. I mean, they did want a splash. That is true. JJ spitting fire. Okay, JJ. Okay. Is it possible that we were getting that we are getting, I assume, more out of Jaden than what we got out of John? Nah. Whatever. Read the comment. I don't know. I can't read. Low level all star, 3-and-D type player are your core pillars. Something, yeah. I don't know. All the overreaction in this chat is killing me. I mean, that's kind of what we're here for, Nick. We are here for overreactions. This is our therapy session. This is why we're all here. Still young, but they got to improve. That's the thing. The players that we've gone big for, like Gobert and Conley, they are at the end. They are in their championship window, or what they would believe their chance for that. So then I must be fooling myself. Have you seen how high he elevates in the game in the playoffs? I know. That's the thing. Ant in the playoffs is crazy. You can't be a fan of Edwards and Towns in this fan base. It does seem like we're getting to that point. And I don't like that though. Because it seems like if you're a Towns fan, you're like, it's only Towns' team, you know. And if you're an Ant fan, it's only Ant's team. And I mean, I guess that might be somewhat true that it is just one or the other teams. And this is an interesting question. I'm not going to try to dwell on this too long, but in the chat, who thinks this is Ant's team and who thinks this is Cat's team? Ant or Cat? Whose team is it? I want to know. We had this conversation today, and I'm just curious. He is built for these games and elevates in every single way in the playoffs. Yes, I am much lower on Ant than most fans. I will. The thing I'll say, I am very high on Ant and very low on Cat. Well, my Cat situation, you guys kind of understand. It's not that I hate Cat. It's that he could be so much better than he is if he just controlled the mental aspect of his game. Ant is 22. Okay. We have to look back at some of these stars. We have to look at like Shea when he was 22. We have to look at all the comparable players that you hear him compared to right now at 22, because some of them were drafted at 22. But yeah, don't understand the hate tonight. I mean, there's been kind of a lot of hate recently, and I think it's Cat fans kind of turning on him. But I don't know. There's room to criticize Ant, but let's keep perspective. I agree, Mark. Yes. Yes. Let's see. It's Ant's team. Ant in the playoffs also didn't receive as many doubles as he does right now. I mean, that is also true. Well, last season he had some doubles. It wasn't to the same, but let's discuss LeBron being an all-star starter when he's not even the best player. That's crazy. Ant's team, Ant's team, Ant's team, Ant. It's an Ant team now. I don't know who it is, but it should be Ants. Yes. By the way, they still announced Karl Anthony Towns as the final player when they announce him at the games. Could be Ant. Could Ant be fatigued from playing in U.S. ball this summer? I don't think so. I mean, I think he should be better than that. But I agree. Minnesota is an unlikable free agent destination that Ant will need to be as good as Giannis. Yeah, he needs to be huge. But okay. Well, I was curious to know. Ant is only 22 and he's leading his team to actual wins. Other players impactful. Yeah. Yeah. You think they're co-guys? I think they can be co-guys. What? They haven't proven that. So, okay, anyways, back to grades. Sorry. And you know what? Let's talk about one of them. Let's talk about Cat. Get your grades in for Cat tonight. 9 of 16 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3. From the best shooting big man, 1 of 4 from 3. 19 points, a team low, negative 14, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. Oh my God. Cat tonight. As I mentioned earlier, first half of the game, I hated. I hated the first half. We had the stray voltage. We had all the bad stuff that we've seen. Second half, more acceptable. He hits buckets when we needed him. He's driving a lot. He's falling a lot, but he made some shots. Still concerning though. I don't even know. I don't even know what to put him as because the second half was actually okay. The first half though was like pretty straight voltagey. I see a lot of you saying C, C minus, C, C. Here's the thing though. C is what we expect out of a player. I mean, I guess this is kind of close to what we expect. I guess it's a C. I almost want to go D, but I guess I could go C because it wasn't like the second half really. I mean, he really did help us in the second half, so I can't go crazy. C is fine. We lost. So call me a casual. You're higher than a C. If Nas B, Cat cannot be B. See, I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking. But again, our tier list is like broken, because we're doing it up based off of what we expect out of a player. Because of course, Ant got 30 points tonight. So like, if we're just basing it off of that, then of course he's like an A. But is he going to be an A? I don't know. Cat is a C. Okay, we can keep him in C. I'm down with it. I'm not. I guess I'm somewhere in between C and D. And as I said earlier, where if I'm in a tie, usually I go down, but I can handle it. You can go D. D is fine too. Okay. Yeah, I'm in between. So I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did with Na earlier between A and B. I'm between C and D. I kind of think it's a D. But and see, Nick, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's kind of like it's a broken system. Like Ant's not gonna be an A. So I'm always down to be pessimistic on Towns. Yeah, I know. I heard it, Eric. It's and it was straight voltage, but then he did reel it in. So I don't want to go like full Wancho or anything like that because it wasn't that level. But yeah, I think D is fair. C, it could maybe C. So if there's like crazy opposition, let me know. But okay, let's skip to Rudy and then we'll go to Ant. Rudy tonight, 8 of 9 from the floor. Not that really means anything because he's under the rim the entire time. Well, actually, that's not true. He hit a push shot again. 3 or 4 from the line. He had 19 points. He had 4 fouls. Only 7 rebounds. This is a low rebounding game for the Timberwolves in general, or at least individual performance wise. A steal, a block, a turnover. I mean, this is kind of what we expect from Rudy, right? Like this is a C. I think this is probably a C. Rudy, C. D'Lo is too low for Cat. He hit some big shots. I know he did hit big shots, but he also did have such a terrible first half. The falling down is so egregious. Nick Anderson, the first half of Cat, yeah, it was bad. The push shot, exactly. Never forget the push shot. Dane Moore, I know, even though I haven't listened to Dane in a while, Dane loves the push shot, which I'm okay with. By the way, timely notification from Nightbot. Cat says he's going to do another behind the back turnover if we don't subscribe to the channel. Rudy C, his defense has been really good. Tonight, he had moments where he was getting beat by Wemby, but he had the sham god. Wemby had the sham god against him. That was insane. But that's, somewhat unguardable. Like for a player that's 7'4" to be doing a sham god like that, he actually fouled him on that play and he didn't get called for it. So yeah. Okay. We'll give him a C. And Now he was just kind of out there tonight. Didn't really notice him. B or C. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're gonna have to bump him down by 1 or 2 for yeah. I mean, but like, what is he gonna do? I was yelling at my TV whenever Rudy had the ball. If he can't dunk, he shouldn't shoot. I think a push shot is acceptable because it does change the game a little bit for him, but we are still forcing it too much. One of Cat's turnovers was trying to force the ball into Rudy with 2 people on him. And it's like, do we need to be doing this all the time? Like, we don't need to. Do we need? Maybe this is a playoff move. We're really just trying to prove that he's like capable of like shot making, not shot making, but doing anything other than dunking. I don't know. Why doesn't Finch practice putting Cat in the corner? I Finch. This is the thing, and this is why it's so crazy to me. And I've said this since the beginning of the season. You guys know it. You heard me say it. Why is Finch at like top 2, top 3 of Coach of the Year voting right now? Why? Do people watch the games or are they just like, oh, the Timberwolves turn it around? If you actually watch Finch and like analyze what he's doing, it's mind-boggling because he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. How did Rudy average such a high points per game? Lob dunks. Lob dunks off pick and rolls. That's what it was. Almost 100% of the time. Finch is a super stubborn coach. Yes. Getting the ball to Rudy low shouldn't be the number one option. Yeah. But because Cat won't do it. Cat wants to drive. He even said as much in an interview the other day. He said that his go-to move or like the move that he knows he's the best at is driving to the basket. And I'm like, okay, so 3-point Cat is done, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think Finch is a very good coach. He's not. He's not. Oh man. Wait, did you see? Oh, yeah. Crazy. Does anyone remember when Gobert had like 2020 game in a debut against the Thunder? Yeah, and he was flexing at Chet. We need that on Monday. We need that on Monday. Have the super max guy hang out in the corner on the offense. Not, I mean, okay. You bring up a good point, Godfrey, but it's more that like he could be a corner 3 maker for us. He only took 4 threes tonight. He only took 3 the last game. I mean, my point is he needs to be taking more threes. He needs to be taking 5 to like 8 threes at minimum a game. I don't care if he's 1 of 8. He is one of our best 3-point shooters. He has to be taking threes. I understand that the drives have been somewhat successful, but we need right now players teams are going to adjust to that now. I don't know. He just needs to be able to do it. Yeah, Cat doesn't know his own strength. He does. I mean, currently, maybe he's right about not taking threes though, because he's just not making. But maybe Cat should study how Nas gets corner looks, because Nas is not just a stagnant stand in the 3 player. He is also driving. It is capable. If Cat's skills could be in Nas's body, it would be top player in the league. Okay. Well, let's get Anthony Edwards onto the tier list. Anthony Edwards was 12 of 18 tonight, 6 of 8 from 3. Only had 4 attempts at the line, though. He was getting fouled and not getting called. 12 assists, 32 points, 4 turnovers, and 6 rebounds. He was at a point on a triple-double watch, but did not end up with that triple-double. How are we thinking, Ant, tonight? I'll let you guys catch up. But I think this was a pretty good game for Ant, but he did have moments where it's like in the 4th, I'm like, okay, he's coming into the 9-minute mark. Let's really make an impact. And it was like, you could hear like Jim Pete and be like, oh, Ant's taking on the assignment of Vassell. And Vassell hits another 3. Like, I'm not saying he wasn't up defending him at times, but like, oh, okay, you know. But he hit some big buckets. Cat and Ant both hit big buckets in the 4th quarter. But, you know, it just comes down to Finch. Is Finch on this tier list anymore? No, he's not. We need to get Finch on here. Maybe Finch will be this guy today. But I'm kind of between a B and a C. So you say B, you say C minus, Ant B plus. I wish he played like this when Mike was playing. I mean, that's kind of true. A dry C. I don't even know what a dry C means, but okay. This is a B or C performance. B for Ant. Ant B, Gave me a headache though. But yeah, B works. C plus for Ant. 4 turnovers, worst case scenario. I mean, the last play was pretty bad. The last play was pretty bad. We need to have Finch on the tier list. We have to add him. It's really bad. Didn't slow down the Spurs run. Yeah. I guess, dude, what is going on with this Lakers game? I keep seeing the score go back and forth. This is bonkers. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with a C. Am I hating? Am I hating my favorite player? I think it's a C. Because I think it's between a B or a C for me. And we lost, so that usually brings me down one. And then also that last play, I'm not saying it's all on Ant, but like you're taking that much time to get up the court and not take the shot, then you're putting Cat in a situation where he has like a second and a half to like do a step back. Like that was crazy. Yes, no, exactly. This is what I was saying. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect timing. B Ant. It's okay to expect greatness. Thank you. That's what I think I strive for. Oh, disgusting, but I think it is a C. I think it's a C. Well, let's quickly go through the rest of the players. Naz Reid, 5 of 12, 13 points. I mean, I think this is kind of close to what we expect. So maybe a C. Naz is a C. I could maybe see a D tonight just because of inefficiency. Kyle Anderson, I mean, kind of nothing. He hit some shots. I'm going to give him a D. I'm not going to go full Wancho. I'm going to give him D just in case it's his last game with us. I don't know. Let's do, I mean, Shake is just, I get Glenn Taylor. Shake is Glenn Taylor. He is not good. I mean, he was 3 of 5 tonight, but like he's out, and apparently how is he a plus player? He was out there for the entire like 15-0 run that they did. What did I miss? That's insane. Okay. Anyways, I'm giving him Glenn Taylor. I don't care what his performance was tonight. He's terrible. He's not good at basketball. Jordan McLaughlin only had 9 minutes. Not that I disagree with it because he was on minus 11. Oh, was he? He was in the beginning of the quarter too, so he was part of that. I mean, he was pretty bad tonight. I might say Wancho, right? This was not a good night from him. I mean, 9 minutes is kind of unfair to like judge him off of, but off of the stuff that I saw, I mean, he was part of that run in the first or beginning of the fourth quarter, and I hated that. So we're gonna do that. Sorry to say. Who else played? I think I did everybody. Oh my gosh. Disgusting game. That's super disappointing. I will say, I'm always trying to stay a little bit positive. The Timberwolves have still played really well. I mean, this month, let's see. So this month has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 games in the month. And we've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're about at a 500 rate. I don't like it anymore. I was going to make it like a positive spin. Yeah, that's the positive spin is nobody got hurt, I guess. Well, our upcoming schedule. OKC at OKC. Game of the year, right? I think this is the game of the year for us. If we don't win in OKC on Monday, I know that's a big task, but if we don't win that game, something has to change. I mean, you're not gonna. Then you are now proven that something is majorly wrong with the team. Because if we go, I mean, if we're gonna get, that would guarantee us being under 500 for the month. If we're under 500 for the month. That's more than just like a bad stretch, Mike needs to play. Mike does need to play. If Mike doesn't play, we're really, really in trouble. Oh my goodness. But anyways, we play OKC on Monday. We play the Mavs on Wednesday at home, and then the Magic at home on Friday. Oh, man, that's 3 tough games. That's pretty tough. Fire Finch in the middle season like the Bucks did their coach. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that because I think they've been way too positive about him. They even like A-Rod and Laurie have been like, well, Laurie's kind of been like MIA recently, other than that one game, but they've been too praising of him to start the season. There's no way they make that change. There were such high expectations for Shake when we signed him. I know I had such high expectations because I saw him play in Philly, and I was like, "Oh, I kind of like this. This is like a usable bench player." And what happened to Troy Brown Jr.? I legitimately have no idea. I'm gonna have to like go back and watch the games and see like what happened because I feel like I missed something. Being a Timberwolves fan is being constantly roped back into belief when you know you shouldn't. We will win again on okay. Yeah. I don't know that I believe that. I do think I did say this last stream. I do think we're gonna take this game very seriously. But that at this point, with the flaws that we have on our team, that does not just because we take a game seriously does not guarantee us a win. Which is why you have to take every game seriously to give yourself the best chance of winning, which we have not done in this month. This entire month has been bad. Just and yeah, that's just a Minnesota fan in general. Um, watch us beat OKC, but they rest. Yeah, I mean that seems pretty likely. They'll rest somebody, or they'll rest like SGA or something. I don't know. SGA seems to have something out for the Timberwolves, which I just don't understand. Um, Noah, we are on the same page. I was very happy when we signed Bryn Forbes. On the court, the off the court stuff. I didn't realize that was like a thing until there, but still, I really missed an all-time LeBron Curry classic for this game. Yeah. Wait, what did the score end up being? Let's see. Wow, the Lakers won. Oh my. Double overtime crazy game. And you guys are watching me talk about the Timberwolves losing to the Spurs. That's crazy. Oh man. When have the Wolves ever taken a game seriously? I think they took games seriously in the beginning of the year. I really do. I think the first like month or two, we took like at least 75% of our games seriously. And the playing game last year, or the playing game against really actually every game in the playoffs, we've taken pretty seriously. This month has been so insanely awful. It has been. And then February, we're going to get the All-Star break. That'll be good. But we need to survive to the All-Star break. We can't go on this crazy stretch where we're like losing all these games. Okay, so you can definitely get away with resting a guy or two against us. I mean, that's not incorrect. So how cool is it that we get to chat about a January swoon? Yeah, I mean, Mark, this is the perspective that we need, but I think it's getting harder every day to kind of hold on to this perspective because we have struggled. Like this month has been a 500 month for us. Even if we win in OKC and in or against the Mavs, like that's we're winning 10 out of 17 games. I mean that's good. In the real perspective, I mean we've been talking about games where we've already won double the amount of games that we've won in seasons before. We're halfway through, so that feels good. But we haven't beaten a good 7, 8, or we have beaten a good like 7 to 8 good teams this year, but they've rested. Yeah, I mean there was some stat that I saw where we're like 3-10 in games against like players that start or teams that start all their players or something like that. I don't know. Something weird. LeBron made 2 free throws to win the game. Edwards take notes. Yeah. Oh man. How different are we right now if Anthony Edwards makes all 3 of those free throws at that game? We're not taking any serious. Yeah, we're not taking anything seriously right now. There's a recent article about TBJ. It doesn't have anything about why he's not being do not played. Huh. It's harder because it doesn't feel it doesn't feel at all like it. The beginning of the season felt like it. And I knew that it wasn't going to last as like forever. So like at the beginning of this month when we weren't playing perfect, we were losing. Like we've never really been up that much on people in the first seat. Like people have always been within like a couple games of us. And now they're with us. The top 4 seeds are all within a game and a half of each other. Now there's a little because like before we were only like 4.5 games out of like 8th when we were first. Now there's a difference between the first 4, the second like 6, and then everybody else. But yeah, mid-season mental letdowns. All-Star break will be a relief, and that's what I'm saying. But I just before All-Star break, we play OKC, we play the Mavs, Magic, Rockets, Bulls, Bucks, and then Clippers, and then 2 games against Portland in Portland. By the way, if anybody is in Portland or Seattle area as Wolves fans, I will be at that Thursday game. If you want to meet up, let me know. I'll be with my family, but I can meet up if you want. Um, these close games give me, yeah, dang, that's actually a weird comp that might be right. Edwards might have took the last shot tonight if he made those free throws. Yeah, yeah. It's actually insane that TVJ hasn't been playing. I don't understand it whatsoever. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like I need to go back and look and see what his last game was that he was so bad at. Like what drove Finch to like make this decision? Like if we look at his last games, let's look at him. Let's look at Troy Brown Jr. Where is he? Troy Brown. Let's look at his games. He hasn't played since January 12th. And in January 12th, he had 6 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. But it's like he hasn't really played since like December 16th when he had 11 points against Indiana. It's weird. I mean, he has not had good performances, but he's been bad defensively. I mean, I believe that, but that's what happens. You don't have players that are all. This is why I'm just mad at Finch, not you. Like, you have players that are good at offense or good at defense, and if they're good at both, they're star players. Um, so I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But for those of you that are still here, I do want to make sure that everybody knows Monday is a giveaway day. We're going to do at least a jersey giveaway. And I think what'll probably end up happening is I'll probably either just buy a gift card so you can do that on your own. Because I've in the past ordered it myself, but then I have to like see like some of my credit card information and I have to like gather your info and I don't want your info and stuff like that. So I think I'll just do like a gift card to Fanatics, which is like the partner with the Timberwolves shop or whatever. Or I'll just like Cash App it or whatever, something. But we're gonna do that on Monday's stream. Might do some other giveaways too. We'll see. Also, I would like to at some point do some like member only giveaways because I know some of you have become members. Some of you have been gifted members too. But if you, I want to do some, not jerseys probably, but you know something. And then also I want to make sure that we give some love to the Discord. The Discord. We're gonna do some giveaways for the Discord specifically. I haven't done one before, so I might have to test it out a little bit, but we're going to do some because those of you that have been in Discord talking, you guys have been awesome. I appreciate it. And that's honestly where the show lives when we're not live. So yeah, we'll see. And then, as I said, we're going to try to get some more content for members. I can't promise anything and when that'll be happening, but also I don't know if you guys saw any ads during the stream tonight. Let me know because I thought I had maybe turned ads on, but maybe I didn't. But Mark, you've joined the Discord. I appreciate it. Also, just so you guys know, for the giveaway on Monday during the stream, you will have to have been subscribed for at least like 5 days. Or maybe not 5 days. Let's say like I just don't want anybody joining that stream, subscribing, and then like winning the jersey or something like that. You need to have been here before Monday. So that'll be before Monday. You'll have to have been here for like at least 24 hours or something like that. So just make sure you're still subscribed. Don't unsubscribe. I know some people subscribe when the show starts so they can chat and then they unsubscribe afterwards. That will not work. So you need to be subscribed. Cool. Discord is great. Is Leonard Miller ever going to play for us? No. And not because I'm saying that he should, although his jumper is pretty concerning looking. I mean, he makes it, but it's concerning looking. No, because we'll never blow another team out. Yeah, we have all these close games, just like Mark was saying. Oh boy. Well, anyways, I can tell I'm losing my voice, and I'm just getting done with COVID, so I can't do this. But how do you get into Discord? There's a link in the bio that should still work. If it doesn't, actually, there should be a link in chat someplace too. The Nightbot should be doing that. But there should be a link in the bio or a bio of previous videos or something. And then it'll just take you there right to where you need to just like press like accept invite or something like that. So that's how that works. Good question though. And yes, he is super raw. It's just not right. He averages, he is crazy in the G League, but it's one of those players where he like goes nuts in the G League and then you bring him up here and it's like, yeah, exactly. Scoot is a good example. Although Scoot, he's been playing better lately. He is making threes. I don't know. We need to put ourselves in situations where he can play in garbage time and we can actually see him in a real NBA game. But okay, that's it for me. This is a long stream. My voice is going. That is all. Okay. Well, 52 wins, it's still possible. 52 wins is going to be possible for a very long time. Thank goodness. But 52 wins, it's still possible. Remember, giveaway on Monday and a big game on Monday. Big game. Do you guys want me to do like a members only stream during the game on Monday? If you do, tweet at me, Discord me something, let me know. Or leave a comment on this VOD afterwards if you want to see a live stream for members only. But we'll see. Just FYI, we do a live chat in Discord, so it's really nice to get the anger out live. And boy, does Gerald take advantage of that. Just kidding, Gerald. But I do too. Awesome. Appreciate it. Okay. 52 wins is still possible. Intro as the outro. We will see you after a very important game of the year on Monday night in OKC. See you Monday night.